I'm up, man. Yeah, man, lonesome. I'm up. Yes, I up early, up. All right, so me had the uproar with the police them. Yeah, about the sentencing. I know say yesterday the police text me and say me for look and this under the first lonesome. Just look on a case. Let me tell you where I'm saying for look on a case. 9 months sentencing firearm is a long time thing. A youth in St. Thomas, bigger really. From Lyson Dumfries, him son, was found with fully loaded revolver. He received 9 months, check it out. So, yeah, them send me and I tell me, and the first. So, me I look on the last. Cause me is a man, me like, look on the last. And I wear, a man I say boom, bam, bam. That's what I tell you, say you have the security, I have the justice ministry. And them send you a prison, them this side and thing. And we can't use allege like when you say and just say alright because this and that and that. But you have laws in place. You're not gonna say alleged gangster and hype up a thing because when you say that no, the judge have to work with that. The judge have to work by law but in front of them. You understand? So make we hear what the justice I say so.
Chief Justice Sykes today fired back at critics of a court ruling which saw an alleged gangster receiving a minimum sentence for a gun-related charge. The judgment was handed down in the St. Anne Parish Court on Tuesday. Addressing a contract signing ceremony for the St. Anne Family Court today, the Chief Justice defended the ruling. Anthony Lugg has the details.
The recent sentencing handed down by a parish court judge in St. Anne on Tuesday has not gone down well with some members of the police force. Jamar Bartley, otherwise called Tatty, a man police sources say is behind several criminal activities in the parish, was sentenced to 9 months in prison for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. However, he will only spend 1 month as the judge considered the time he'd already spent behind bars after his arrest last year. The police alleged that Bartley, a member of the Hollywood gang operating in Steertown, St. Anne, has eluded several joint police-military operations. Chief Justice Sykes has fired back, arguing that an individual should be charged under the relevant legislation if there's sufficient evidence to prove that the person is involved in a gang.
There is no offense known as alleged gangster.
When you hear that, so we just pick out. Because I know some like pick out my thing them straight. I'm not gonna play it back again because I hear some things where me just make it run first. Same? So there is no offense. Name alleged gangster. Like what do I?
There is a statute called the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act. Yeah. And if the police are of the view that they have sufficient evidence to convince a court to the requisite standard that this person is indeed.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I tell you. So I like pick out my thing like this. I listen him. So I just run and just play it and talk and pause it. To convince a court. So you have to convince the court and you come with the evidence. Saying? I listen him good. I listen because this is the law, right?
Member of a criminal organization, then that is a charge that ought to have been laid, and then the person would have been tried or placed before a judge of the Supreme Court.
Bartley pleaded guilty to the offense on February 2, which is why there was an expectation he would have felt the full brunt of the law. The Chief Justice's response:
the judge at the parish court can't take account of allegations that are unsubstantiated. The judge has to focus on the offense for which the person has been convicted. That is what the judge has to focus on.
So you hear that though? I'm not going to play it back again. I'm not going to stop it and dissect the whole way, I say.
In any event, with parish court judges, there is a limit to the sentence that they can give.
The Firearms Act prescribes a sentence of up to 5 years for illegal possession of a firearm in cases brought before a parish court. Justice Sykes also explained that the parish court judge could not have taken into account allegations, but instead had to focus on the offense for which Bartley has been convicted.
So you can focus on the allegation, you have to focus on the offense when convicted. him convicted. You understand? So you couldn't come and say, hey, him is a gang leader, you know. So boop and just say more talk. You have to do no police work, make sure you have the whole of the evidence there and carry it and charge him under the right crime act.
Interestingly, the report does not indicate any long list of previous convictions of any kind. So it would appear even on this report that this is a gentleman who may very well have been, as far as the court is concerned, a first offender, no previous conviction, and he is in a court that has a limit placed upon its sentencing. And the gentleman apparently was in custody for some 8 months. So all of these are factors that the judge will have to take into account and whatever other information. So I have no problem with criticism of judges, but we must have all the information before we criticize.
So all right. So these are the things we are talking about now, because we have to dissect them things, right? We have to dissect them things. All right. So them say he's a gangster, alleged gangster, and him do a lot of things, but he still in the front of the court, and him alleged gangster, you know, and the front of the court, and them not have nothing else on this man, nothing, not the world on this man, but this. Where them say man is alleged gangster, but not at all, pan him, but that gun, and him do much thing in the area. Somebody said to me, say, you know, stay town. You know, yeah man, can I do this and that in a stay town? You see, you have sometime and say me no know stay town. I'm tell you this. So me I come stay town maybe in a band. You say they are stay town, man. When you see sometimes when I talk things on and on, yes, me there bowl foot in past, me know people good at stay town. Me not even need to come say that. So sometimes I want to chat, you know. And so me come from this, me know no man. Me not talk about man. Someone never ban it when me I run to stay town, I talk about both stay town. Me say me go to whole 14 and I joke me I make. See? So me know stay town. Know people from stay town long time. You understand? I run through there and they are stay town long time. So the matter of fact, we don't know the place, Alright, good. See? So when I try to show them all the time, say, even if you come and say allege and hype it up in a media and then it sounds so cruel and thing, you should have all the evidence on this man when you catch the man. That means we are laying a million charge on him. Because you know say man alleged gangster. That's all they would do. If you catch a man with a firearm, you catch him with a firearm. If him do all these kind of act, because see the whole of the thing them and make them charge him for the whole of them thing I want to say. But yes, still at the first time it appeared clean the first time I come front of court. And in there I reign so long and I do much thing. I want to say my alleged do all these things. You see me I say? So these are the things. And then them have to take into account because one time you have man used to plant all things on crime scene and all kind of things. Enough to pick up. Because I read the crime act. I have it in front of me and I want to go through all the part of it, you know. See? But me I talk about laws now. This is how me I talk about from the other day. And so when you see, you know, government get up and say about to fight crime about spend this in a national security, this and that. Remember, and them the police are saying you go to prison. Them can't dictate to a judge or dictate to the law. Them do training, police training. We have the idea, you know, okay, we could bring that thing there, so you have an idea where you're charging for because you see me with a gun and you go look it up and you say, right, you have a charging under this and that, right? But you not say them go up at the judge. That's the discretion of the judge. And if the judge anti because the law show you say, right, if them find you with a gun, then they have a mandatory 5, I think them have a mandatory 5. Them have a 5 years, don't? Yes. Must be. I read that. See? So I can plus play about this, I will dissect it again, you know? See?
Back at critics of a court ruling which saw an alleged gangster receiving a minimum sentence for a gun-related charge. The judgment was handed down in the St. Anne Parish Court on Tuesday. Addressing a contract signing ceremony for the St. Anne Family Court today, the Chief Justice defended the ruling. Anthony Lugg has the details.
The recent sentencing handed down by a parish court judge in St. Anne on Tuesday has not gone down well with some members of the police force.
That no, this is how Jamaica break down because you know in the state and them thing and them that's so okay, me understand and respect. So next time we do a work if we say the man do this and it's alleged that and that you don't have alleged gangster where you just go tell a judge and a judge will follow you and say boom boom and break the law. The judge can't break the law neither. You have some judge do that, and when you find out them not trouble, you have a law where they have to go after the book. And go me and you say what you so. You understand? See?
Jamar Bartley, otherwise called Tatty, a man police sources say is behind several criminal activities.
So if a man does several criminal activities, why is it that us don't just hold him and charge him for a gun right now? You know, lay the bag charge and the more serious charge against him and them thing there. You know, including the gun. Make it run. If I murder, cause you say the police don't go say that. They don't say it's alleged and that's them say under several activities. Under several, but you still film we can clean in the court. Eh?
The parish was sentenced to 9 months in prison for illegal possession of firearm and ammunition.
So 9 months.
However, he will only spend 1 month as the judge considered the time he'd already spent behind bars after his arrest last year. The police alleged that Bartley, a member of the Hollywood gang operating in Steertown, St. Anne, has eluded several joint police-military operations. Chief Justice Sykes has fired back, arguing that an individual should be charged under the relevant legislation if there's sufficient evidence to prove that the person is involved in a gang.
There is no offense known as alleged gangster.
You understand? Straight.
There is a statute called the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act. And if the police are of the view that they have sufficient evidence to convince a court to the requisite standard that they...
Well, listen, you know, to convince a court, that me telling a police send you a prison. So if you have the evidence, or you know, have the evidence, use something, that's what I say, you know, enough thing we have to start using, you know. Yeah, man, put in some people that work with him and want to know where I do and them things, some undercover and them things, so when they can gather the real evidence. So when they catch a man, when they spend the time now, just spend the time. When you catch a man, you know, say, okay, me hold him. Him have gun, you have send in a man who has send him bullet. And so you have all the evidence and the proof, so you want to send him where. Yeah? He might do crime there, so you have set up something where you can send him and you can hire him to go do something and but you set up some stage of something so you hold him, you build evidence around him. We don't do that. We don't just say alleged and gangster and witch crew and them things, and it can't stand up in a court. And that me I say, and it don't make sense, people now go get up and beg, so I want to say book back down under the law. You have a law of the land, you have to follow the law.
This person is indeed member of a criminal organization, then that is a charge that ought to have been laid, and then the person would have been tried or placed before a judge of the Supreme Court.
Bartley pleaded guilty to the offense on February 2, which is why there was an expectation he would have felt the full brunt of the law. The Chief Justice's response:
the judge at the parish court can't take account of allegations that are unsubstantiated. The judge has to focus on the offense.
So can't take account of allegation unsubstantiated. Have to take front of him and work with that. Saying so you can't come and say, Mr. alleged gangster, you know, so now let him out. Him do this, you know. But if you are saying do something, if it does come and you can't just push something on somebody and say book and you have to do an investigation and push it in front of the judge. So the judge can see all these things and know say, okay, and a mortar, I spread mortar is a kind of weapon that them use all the time, but we have the evidence. Just use the evidence. Get up a witness, them use the evidence. I set up something that you have it. So when you have him, you have him. You understand?
For which the person has been convicted. That is what the judge has to focus on. And in any event, with parish court judges, there is a limit to the sentence that they can give.
The Firearms Act prescribes a sentence of up to 5 years for illegal possession of a firearm in cases brought before a parish court. Justice Sykes also explained that the parish court judge could not have taken into account allegations, but instead had to focus on the offense for which Bartley has been convicted.
Interestingly, the report does not indicate any long list of previous convictions of any kind. So it would appear even on this report that this is a gentleman who may very well have been, as far as the court is concerned, a first offender
First
no
offender.
previous conviction,
No previous
and
conviction.
he's in a court that has a limit placed upon its sentencing. And the gentleman apparently was in custody for some 8 months. So all of these are factors that the judge will have to take into account and whatever other information. So I have no problem with criticism of judges, but we must have all the information before we criticize.
And that me I talk about. That's simple. So this me I telling about. So, at the court decide these things. And then if you have the security, if you go deal with that, police come and arrest you because you break the law or something, and them have to build them case. Make sure you have a solid case where you send over. And I just your talk just say me ear because you go by hearsay. Because if you see me, they arrest him when I do the act. So you can go by, some people tell you. I want to set up certain good things and say, right, so we have some evidence here, him doing this, or we have some surveillance on him, and basically say him do this, and him move this, and him buy bullet, and him sell gun, and him do this, and him go rob this, and we have something on him where concrete, we can say him this. Like when you see the woman stop the man with the machete, and she that beat him with the machete. So every day, I will see the youth them with the gun, the three little youth where I say, yo, no turning on yourself, and them turning themselves, we see them with the gun. Them video themselves. So I like the whole world see it. See? So and I like you come with the allegation and say it's alleged, that and that and that. So we look on the gun law in Jamaica. So we look on declare this, I've run to declare this. See? See that? I've run to declare it. Yeah, Jamaican law allows firearm ownership and may issue bases with approximately 8 civilian firearms per 100 people. 8, Jamaica is the 92nd most armed country in the world. Gun laws in Jamaica began to be tightened in the early 70s when Jamaica experienced a rise in violence associated with criminal gangs and political polarization between supporters of the PNP, the People National Party, and Jamaica Labour Party. You want to say this? And then I just go down in some of them things. Because me, man, like look up statutes and laws and things. Before 1962, Jamaica murder rate was one of the world's lowest, with 3.9% per 100,000 population. And then in the US, it was 4.6 in the US. So we are one of the lowest before 62. Yeah. After the rush of killings of lawyers and businessmen in 1974, government of Michael Manley attempt to restore order by granting broad new law enforcement powers in the Suppression of Crime Act. So you see how long it did? 1974. Yeah? And the Gun Court Act. This allowed the police and the military to work together in novel way to disarm people. Both soldiers could seal off entire neighborhoods, and police could systematically search houses inside for weapons without warrant. This is when they come up with this when too much gun and everything, and the political war and things. The goal was to expedite and improve enforcement of the 1967 Firearms Act, which imposed licensing requirement and ownership and possession of gun and ammunition, prohibited automatic weapon entirely. With the new law, owning a bullet could lead to a life sentence. You see that? Special Gun Court held secret trials. Major national crackdown was orchestrated to dismantle newly outlawed gun-related network. Censorship policy was applied for national medias to apply. Within the first 6 months, the crime rate dropped, but then it got back up and kept increasing. Prime Minister Manley expressed his determination to keep stronger action against firearm, predicting that it will be a long war. No country can win a war against crime overnight. But so long them war fight, but we shall win. But through the political thing and the system, we are talking, man, and that now, you have enough revenge killing and string off from them thing because political system, they can take it over and mash up this. And kill off enough youth father, enough youth uncle, enough youth grandfather, mother, and all kind of things. And then, you know, them come and hear, so right, them set of people, and revenge, it can plan a revenge thing right now. You understand? And then go on a domestic thing, enough thing, you know, no factor, you know. No factor in this thing, you know. See? So we are run through the whole law and the crime. We don't have to read it, we don't have to run through them thing, yeah. And then we have a more understanding. And I like, a police come tell me, say, boom, bam, bam, me I look on the whole Firearms Act. You see, I'm a tough fact, but I show you, because when I say me I look on it, I say me a bit right here, so. See, Firearms Act, yeah. So when you hear me talking, I like look back on those feet. I see yeah. When you look on it, man, see. You see it? See, man. So when me attack, me know what me attack say. So me run through it, you know, you look through the whole Firearms Act and you run through it and see it, you know. See it? As me said before, because I not read off so much of them things in the day I stayed. But me I look through the whole Firearms Act and everything. See? When you can look on it too, man. When you look at the whole of them thing there, I want you to understand. Because you see, when you understand, when you start, get up and start study up the whole of them thing, and you understand how the thing run. And you see the foolishness, you say, no, the man never get off because that and that and that and this and the mistake. See? You charge a man and him so dangerous and them thing there, and when you look at that gun, you lock him up for 8 months. You'd have put there is a charge for him. If you have something credible upon him, you'd have fling them on upon him long time. Fling them on. So now just start with shooting with intent and all kind of things and bug him down. And make sure to read me not talk something like me have some brethren that talk to me and this you stop him back in the day. But police they tell you say, yo, my plan, this and them planted by you. And it's wrong. You see me I say, them murder you and them planted by some youth. Because I know people got prison where none of them do the murder, you know. Me know that too, you know. And the joke me I make. See? Me know youth will get charged and after a time them cases the dash because police go by hearsay. Because when them a kill the person, them call that guy name. Call out his name. And then when you look at them will not pan him for much. They even adawa. You know, nah give him a bail less still not him. You understand? And I have other person will go, it happen all the time. Because I hear say, and then that's why I say police I do real policing work at the justice ministry, you know, well control the courts at them a sentence and send you. So these are what I talk about. I know I said sweeping powers to police. But more police, what more powers you want because they tell them say, yo, go do this. All they do is set them up on poor people. Police start doing work with poor people. Work with the inner city people, them work with the masses of people them. Don't make them scared of you. Don't make the kids them scared of you. Because let me tell you this, if kids not scared of you, you know, and you can't sit down and reason with them and go in a place and them will come out, them will tell you things and it's truthful. If them not scared of you. You can't make them scared of you. They every and the tactic we need to clear up that. I'm going to do real policing, surveillance, and do a real thing. So when you say a man do something, I not attack somebody does a said book because remember, you know, anybody can call you and say, boy, loan some, you know, him just carrying this, you know, loan some, you know, yeah, and then you even you put it down, but you don't have no facts. And then one day you just come for your loan some and say, yeah, man, because him are the most notorious, I must supply youth and then pull loan some, not even, you never know, say the man never even go near something. None at all. Like you say, loan some, he must smoke out and you never know, say the man never smoke. Now if not walk near a cigarette, you don't know. But in your head, you feel say you get, you know, some solid information. Because you know wear them and you know have more than one thing for vet them neither. So you know have two sides because you're one sided, you know vet it, you just run with one thing. And then you know most police come from a community set speed and we show them work. So when they come from a community and is in a ghetto garrison, them attempt to go up on a side. Wrong again, they're not professional. And then when you go up on a side now, anything you hear, you just want to sink aside because I just say your man and go so you sink over there so kind of a war with you. So you automatically in the war, but you use the force, you know, clear up some things. Well, we read about the whole act and them thing there. It can't work. And you can't put something in front of a judge and expect say you for just say, you know, you for just say allegation. And just say boom bam bam and the judge will just say, yeah, oh so him notorious and you still never get a charge yet. And I'm notorious, but yes, still we have no gun charge and some eyewitness and evidence and them thing there. We set up on them thing there. It don't make no sense. See? having for 8 months and say, boy, wicked because boom, bam, bam, but yes, still, you know, but like when I highlight these things, we have police where I sell things in the world. I mean, I talk about over 10,000 rounds. I may tell you if you get 1 year for a round. Cause you remember me just reading on this, you know, it can get life sentence, you know. Same round, you know. But a man they get 15 years. And him have 18 with rifle and all kind of things for himself. And remember now, government gun. You understand how money buy it? Police come from out of the army and take it. And then come out and now live in a big house, see me nothing no sees or nothing. And nobody no say nothing. And when the police start, they just get plain in our own self. Because when they're not studying the law, when they just see, say, all right, I'll do this. No, when I go, I want to hear about a man, this, I want to go film. And the court to want to present to the court, so the court have to deal with it. So now the hype up, but how you have on the man. Don't present it if you don't have nothing there. The other day, them lock up the state of emergency that they couldn't feel, and that's why they want to attack, you know, because that give them hype. So you know, so you don't have to go front of a judge, we just lock him up. And then when they lock up, one bag of man outside that kill same way, and even police go to Clarendon, have a worker, Denham town, for work, she there work. But him there in a car with gunman. Him a gunman too, him a lead it. And go kill him at Clarendon. Police at Clarendon will run on the car and catch him and police. You see me I talk about how we get rid of these things. We turn one of the bloodiest, but was one of the lowest before the independence. And then we turn one of the bloodiest for 92nd. Bloodiest nation. 92nd. Do you understand? So that's a baby thing. See, in our fact, we in the Caribbean, we're the 5 most, you know, terrible countrymen. You understand? So the most bloodiest and terrible country in the Caribbean right now. Yeah? You see? You understand? But if you don't want something and I like it, I'll just say, all right. Boy, I'm get this and that. If you don't say him have charge against him and him have war, I'm not talk about pin something. Because people start charge for perjury. And I like somebody not like it, so them say something about you. And you say, I him do this. And you say some shot fire down there, so a man just call and say, you know, say, I will loan some. And my tell us one get, and you record it. You don't have nothing. For me, you know, but you just put it down and say, yeah, I him, you know. I him. And the next man call my name, because they might not like me, because I'm not say something. Say, I loan some. They say, yeah, boy, him. And then you put me up. Him now gang name, Run Things. Run Things gang. And the man, the leader for Run Things gang. And him and something will go on there, something. The man, they might talk to me, be all of them and do all the kind of killing and all kind of things and shoot up. And I joke me make. We come from me, get on my search run, we know it operate. And if I want to ban and get on, we know it operate too, you know. If we not start the clean work, we get clean result. Clean result. You understand? And like I say, right, because you say so. Your talk dictate the laws. And when we see police start dictate laws now, you have to secure it in yourself. Because that are really headed to a police state. You understand? You can't dictate the laws, man. You don't care who, you don't dictate the laws. We no business. And we no business who wants to go overseas and things. When we there at Texas, my brethren buy gun give him son. His son like 7 years. In that them have gun. We to cut magazine out of gun. Him run deer and them thing there. And wild boar down in San Antonio. Check my brethren and name Wayne, a white man. They're on a ranch around 50 acres. With a stream I run through that. And you hunt that and you have your tag where you have to tag, and if you're not a tag and you know say you get charged something, so them a carry that you process it, turn it in a sausage and thing. Me not eat boar and them things, but me go with them. See? And you get gun at store for buy. See? So like, you know, and little youth, I hear that say a little youth are going just no, them go away and them fire them shot and them do them thing. And buy a gun give youth. And most of them have them gun. So you go in a room and you have to take out some magazine and things. I say, no, I'm to little. He said, no, lonesome, that's cool. Because you have all kind of gun. From rifle go right back all the power bone and all that. See? Yeah. That's what they are Jamaica, because you see me I say, so you run through all them things that you run through the whole of them thing and see the whole of them thing and see or some place run. You still them now just get up and just kill so boom boom and man him have him rifle and him just come and just shoot you up or shoot. No. You see a bag killing a one. You go in a gun shop, you say you go in a gun shop, them go and them go buy a gun and them do them thing. You go there, someone lean up him gun and thing. You're not scared. You say everything you're good. Them go pan hunt thing you go with them. See them around them wild boar and them deer. You understand? So these are the things I may try to show some people. See? These are the things I may try to show some people. The man have him little son, and you have other little youth, and them go up and range and them teach him for fire gun, and it's not a crime. Not some country like how we are say boom bam bam bam. See? But we want to move crime from some youth. Government, instead of where I say I spend 176 billion, I mean I tell you say I know when them say police do them do what? The man just call you and tell you something, man, and you go lock up 2 man and them thing. They will know the thing work, You understand? But you have to get good intelligence from good people. You don't get intelligence from people with intent. Because them have brother and them have cousin and them thing that them have fight war, and it happen in the east and it happen enough place. But the man calling police. Let me tell you what the man them do. Man a war. A man calling police. And when them calling police, them say, them they don't there so. And when the police run and make a raid, them a war for themselves, That's why enough man understand this. So I say any gun and them thing that we da say to, yeah, get rid of that. See? And the man them a war. And when police come out so, because police are work with them man, the man they use police. As them come out, so they may look old people get shut up and them thing in the house burn down because man does so wait when the police leave, because the man said the man beak up now, If the man have a look one strap, them have to cover that. And then them just raid and just be a gunshot, be a sniper, be a sitting. So the police have to do just come take up somebody now. And then they know so the cars of them because them people they up there on the other side. Just use them. If you drop that radio and drop it one place and just say boom, because you hear shot. And the station they down and hear shot. So you hear it everywhere. So you have to say you're right. But for balance, we can't take it from them people here. And just go down there so because we can leave a vacuum as we drive out. This is with them. And them do it more than one time on the police. And like after that, the police work with them. And you have to wonder the police have to have sense hour. See? Man them a war. You have to try and bring something down. 2 sides of war, that means 2 sides on the nose shut a fire from. So wait one side, and as they drive out the whole of them jeep and everything and go without some youth and thing, when you look house burn down and all people get shot and the whole place shut up. So the man them on one side using that have to stop. So if you're gonna make a raid now, you have to plan and say, you know what, you have to cordon off the whole place and raid the whole place. You understand? Try get the MP to go in and talk to them and call a meeting. You know the meeting too and take note. When they do it, them used to do it at Pegasus and them thing, they want to do that. Do some real policing. As me say, and the police are saying you are prison. In fees, I write the statement when I get, boom, bam, bam, because I'm not there and get some statement and them do it. But when the judge read through it, like come with a dissect the thing, they do dissect things. And last front of the judge can't do something, we go break the law and run over it and do this. No go so. You understand? All the police say the judge make them the right laws, they can't break the law, the judge dictate the laws. Right? So them and like them can overboard and say boop bop bop bop. Them have to follow law. So that live for much of foolishness too. The judge can break because the judge make the laws, The judge make the law of the land. You understand? You have the upper representative, you have the pirate house where lay down our laws and all kind of things. And then we have the justice ministry where the law, where the court them run under now where them have to follow the law. So you make a law and them can go back to the book and you yourself as the pirate them that are the minister them and them thing. Now you yourself want to come and like you want to use certain act and break and then when the judge them read back to them and say no, because this would up and that unless we change something but we can't do this. So we are struck down that because we are follow for the law. So now the government can't do this. Because it's wrong. It have to struck down. Because you have a law of the land. Don't set out. See? And if we do that, but the best, as I said, the best way to fight crime, it build up a lot of things. I mean, I see the government are moving another way. They don't got about a focus about crime and spending billions and billions, nearly 200 billion on one ministry. And we still not have no vehicle and thing. I don't know where the money I go. I want to say the money I do. But we the justice minister sentence people and send them a prison. You understand? You see what I say? And I see even Chuck, the other day when them all demanded them go raid the man and go feed me, I say, and I say, Almila come and say, you know, leaders, you must not go that way and go leader because enough for them head. Because him should have their prison. I mean, I talk with water in my mouth. See? Him should have prison. You take your gun and you go a bad place. You go a grand spend. That you never have no gun. See? This is what me I say, them thing are clear shot for police. You don't do one thing and say, I carry man go embassy already and what have you. And you carry man go embassy because you're afraid of police. Yes, still man. No go so. You understand? And then you turn around and say, you have a gun as a preacher. And I had one too. You have gun too, you know. You get license firearm. Because me, I'm a preacher now and me a God man. Me don't want no gun for carry on them things. Because I'm supposed to talk the word of God and everything good. But if you have a gun, that me mean tell you not believe in the God where you say you believe in and either. You understand? You don't believe in so much of faith. You believe in yo, if a man come to me, I can kill him, you know. And he's a pastor. So you understand? So that's why you have a gun. And you have to tell me say protect life and them thing there. Wish he's a pastor, you're supposed to even afraid for die. That's all me that who else have the gun them, you know? So you leave and go a bad place. This is where you give police. And it's the next like that. And me see them not send you to prison. See, that's coming like we have an illegal firearm. So we don't know who you get gun or wait though. But you leave and say you have a pick plum for your 30-year-old daughter, 30-year-old daughter. And you go a grand spend. And take out your gun and put it on that seat. Don't lock your car door. And walk nearly 1 mile. Figure thief plum. Because by right, if you walk a mile and go pick people plum, them never give no consent. So that should be an extra charge. I mean, them charge for that. Because if it was an ex shooter, just a youth walk and see people things over them yard and go pick it. And police see that, like the Aki, but them did pick. Me know them that get a charge. So I'm tell you, same break the law by go picking people things and ask. Them not charge him and be like, you may chat. See? You come back and your gun gone. Why you not part? It you know easy if you drive go up at the fence, the 1 mile. They leave your car open down in a grand pen. And you come back and your gun gone. And then somebody buy that. That now you no buy that. See? And them charge him 1 million or 3 months in 3 months. Losing a gun is coming like illegal because we don't know where you do the gun. 3 months. 3 months must 3 months or $1 million and in friend them paid $1 million. And then just laugh and them go back in a church and preach about people. I mean, I tell you say the Jamaica thing no level. And we watch it no level. The level they did, you know. We watch it no level and we watch it go. And then through them want some yes people for jump up and say yes to what them I say. We are trying to open the people in my and tell them say, oh, stop saying that yes thing there and you don't make it sound like, you know, a man there going and boom bam bam. Let me tell you this. Me can tell you this. Mr. Jamaica police, them come for a driver to Jamaica police state and make me against that. Me against you in a police team. Me with security, but me with people for, you know, we start about neighborhood watch and police work with the citizens of Jamaica. I'm with that. And don't disrespect them. Don't do it. Because you now disrespect the big man, you know. And go the little masses of people, you take them out and you push anything upon them and lock them. And when me see man dead in a man house, I know those I go now, them a jump up. You hear them a jump up? You know what me that glad for see? The police them a jump up same way. Feed the lie, the man was dead in a lie house. And I say, no, who not for charge him? They never bring charge. And I talk about a man that get 9 months and they never bring charge that dead man this and him get gunshot. When they recover the gun, the knife in the man house. And then uno help push out something say the man guard now. So why alien? Because I must alien because no break in, no sign of break in. So you don't have to charge the man right in the house. That means him pull and let out and I break in. It's simple. So you don't tell us, oh, him dead, but we don't know how him dead. And then me hear the police them, they come, oh, we're looking at a gang over Portmore like when I eat that. We don't take people for eat that. Say if him now not breaking at the house or the gang in Portmore for kill the man and then come out. Eh? No breaking, none at all. Me have to burn it. This is what I tell you. So, you see, these are the things that bother we. I mean, you know, nobody come out on the liquor and say, no, this wrong. Because when and the lie are friend. Man Prime Minister liar and him other big man liar. Me I meet with him 2 times, you know. And but I feel say me no know, me know Patrick. Me know Patrick. You know Patrick, me know you. Me and Mama Angie come in the office. They right run away there. When tell them before me even run. Sit down with Victor Thompson. So we come in the office. Me I have meeting and we have meeting panel 2 times. Patrick, me know you. Good. So but me I burn you, we burn fire upon you same way. Because you know, this we can't sweep them thing under carpet. See? Yeah man. So I like whenever I meet with you and them thing, we meet with you. Before. You understand? So I like me not know you. Me know you. Sit down and talk to you in a meeting with you. And you hear me call the name, so you know me I talk about. You see? So me not meeting with you. 2 times me not meeting with you. You understand? Remember me sitting like chair, you know. They're the chairman too, you know. You understand? So me not meeting with you 2 times. So I not like me not know you. But we are born you. Because this what we say and we say it wrong, we for born you. See, not like me not know Patrick. Me know Patrick Bailey, man. I meet with Patrick Bailey before, man. 2 times. 1 pound a year, the patrolling castle, and 1 time in my office. Tell you long we did it too, never even run it. You understand? Yeah, so we in a meeting with the man, me know him, and I like we don't know him, but me I tell you, it's wrong is wrong. So I like, me I come and say, hey, we know the man you know, so boom, bam, bam, foolishness. Me have to burn him. And people don't forget justice. So why them not go after these kind of justice? And I say that justice where people forget. See the woman and her son there. The woman and her son, the police statement what the police give. Why enough police to come out and come say boom, boom, boom about this? Because it don't make no sense. So she said them do not add up. Because you say you shoot the man, and the next man in a black and him got sit there, and you're afraid for your life, but you still come out and you say you drive him, you still him before him dead say knock for your whooping. And you come out come shoot. So you still that man there, you know, call police, you leave all your phone. These are the signs because you say you're a detective, so you know you not carry my phone for them seize it and them see what go on. I have to move them activities, I have to do this. So you do a tamper with that kind of scene. And you see it 4 years. See? So we see what go on. And we I say Jamaica can clean up. And we I say the judge have to move off laws. We can't have police break laws too and say, hey, because them are this and that, and they are pushing at some people head. When they think a Fox News and them thing they will carry some little, and then people are subscribe to the thing and jump up and a follow and I say, that the police post can't too. Like when a Fox News, you don't want to send out or no want to send out and people jump for it. Wait name, or something like that, the next station there. Then conspiracy theory station there. Eh? No, man, we not work with that, man. We work with the law of the land. If this man so dangerous and them thing, they carry on all of the thing them and charge him for them. No, they just have him for illegal possession of firearm. We not have him for all kind of crime. So when you say, well, him do 8 months or 8 months, him do there. And at 9 him get because him plea guilty. And at first them have him on book and them thing. And him do all these kind of things. When they carry the charges, make sure you have it. No just chat. Or you just writing something. Remember when I could have do that in the 80s, I'm gonna get way. Because what's going to do that? Do you understand? Dixon come kid some shoot up bag and ital. And now I know them not charge Dixon. They're foreign I live. He shoot out Stalin High. Remember the man they shot them wake way up. You see? Him do so much shooting and the one and they will make him have to run out of the force. See? But them man they do so much thing in the place. But him tell you say boom bam me I come for hey, come here your name call now come out this them I come shoot you. And him tell you. Can tell them, him tell them all that. Say I bury him. If they come out me say them you know look boy by now say if they come out as me I come kill them. That's a threat. And him carry it out. So we live through the whole of these kind of things. Remember we live through the whole of them plumbing. They kill Sheppy same way. I don't know where him there. Right on a couple and bar they say shoot the youth. Because the money and Sprat and Sheppy just come in, no man, look at the youth and you shoot him. Kill him right there so. What happened to you? Me never even know. And then if I want to do too much things over the years, me can't just call on the name. Be arms house. We the power stop already. And Yeris and him friend them come up. Them some man broke place. Remember me I put on people out stop. It was me and my brother and 2 other youth. See? I'm going to do. This is in the 80s. We are put on all stop. You see we are put on all stop. Zinc, board, lot, work. You ask me about over my yard. We do. Take me off a host. This after my father gone, you know. See? My father served. But this man I try show no. Only just see because no, you just see like yo, you have powers and you can't try that again with me now. I have to straighten out, you know. You understand? No ramp with me. So when I come take up my back seat and then when I run, go tell the liar and all kind of little thing. Don't tell me, you know me have my license firearm or nothing. Them approach me wrong. Phone approach me when they have police because I'm a think when I'm a gunman. What could happen? You don't ask me nothing, you don't ask me if you know nothing, you just come out, blah, 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 and disrespect me. And then take my back seat. You can look for what drugs? What you look for? You not touch me, take my teeth. When I go up on TV and go up in the paper where them do, them disappear. And now, say in they come right my back after 5 years and say them can't find out who and what have you. Listen. I'm saying, go look at the book in a halfway tree, I'm telling you this. The police go look at that, nobody round this no fit nothing at all. Me send Elliston Road. Can't them know who. Control me know who. Yesterday I talk to control them when it was road cop then. And I know, so in the come can't charge nobody, so you can't find nobody. I have to pay my money, you know. I'm burden. Me just get things last year when June. So them just close my case to June. When they kill Kentucky kid, nobody will never flare up. Them charge for man and let them go and alright. We're not gonna kill the youth. We're not talking about this man and not flare up. We're gonna kill a youth where youth just stay there, when just driving a vehicle, boom and lick it up and to him talk. When they beat him in pass blood, him video everything. This is not like we don't have evidence. But when the DPP come say, she come, you see, when can't have something and flip it for when you don't want to flip it neither to you know. Me know the full thing. She come and this is evil. Can I grow up in my hand? Robert, grew up in my hand. Watch where DJ grew up in my hand and come DJ to one them thing there. Same? Kentucky kid. You understand? So, him, when I have him vehicle, and when I have him vehicle, when I go in the house, beat him wife, draw out, and him put up the whole video, because I'm catching up on video. Him go everywhere, justice, this, that, and the world see them have it up there. No justice for the youth. And then it's a gated community they say him live. But I get not green there so. And you have a gate where like there so Chris Murray live. We play for Bad Marley, you don't know. Play Bad Marley. Him just live. Him did live right there so Kentucky kid live like 2 days, right? Come out of him also so right there so. And him put up the thing. So what them do now, them come back and tell you what come kill him. And call the police him and say if them ever kill him and them say them ever kill him. And you really go back go kill the youth. And carry him at the car. Remember them have the car all long. Look how them fool now. Them have the car all long. All long. Long you know. Because them have the car. Then top and mash up. And take him and you have a big tree there so. So you must say if you come to the fence and with the car there. And carry him at the car, shoot him and say you find gun in the car. That means I want to plant the gun. You understand? Them say them kill somebody or shoot somebody and take a gun off of them. In a sentence. Where the gun come from? That's why I have to be careful of them things, you know. You have to me brother fall off of the law. The gun come from the barracks because the gun they shoot a brother already. Like 2 brother and they shoot a brother who much decades ago. But you still it in the hands of a criminal. Somebody take it out of the barracks. The gun them for this tribe and TV front away where them find. And at that we not ask the government say yo make us soon take them gun here and crush them, melt them up, mash them up, burn them up front away. Them find them and they will not know nothing else. You understand? And this is our problem. This is our problem we have. Don't move, brother, don't move, yeah? You understand? So me there, you know. Keep it real, you know. Loan some, me up. Later, yeah? Yeah, man.